The Olantern 2 Pro. Let's check it out. Guys, when it comes to being prepared, having a light source is vital, especially if the power's out and you need to have light. But one thing that we find is that our preps that we use on an everyday basis, we can depend on. Had a buddy of mine just went up on an extended trip up to New York, and he had a power bank he had just bought, and he was really excited about trying it out, and it failed on him. In fact, he had two to fail on him. And that's one of the reasons why I really recommend getting your gear out, testing it, making sure that you have some confidence in it. This is the Olight Olantern 2 Pro. It has a lot of great features, but one of the big things up front is that it is a light source, but it's also a battery backup, which is built in. It has a very powerful battery in this. It's rechargeable, and then when you turn on this light, it has kind of like a really warm orange glow, almost kind of antique, that matches this really cool styling. And then when you turn it, it just increases the intensity with a seamless, just a difference, all the way up to 300 lumens with warm white. And so it'll give you 7.5 days or 180 hours of battery life on this low setting. I mean, that's a lot of time. Now, one of the things about having a battery-powered type light is that you don't have to worry about the danger of having fuels. If you have a standard lantern, even a Coleman lantern that requires Coleman fuel, you know, there is some danger to that, especially inside. But this is great for, again, power outages, but it's also great just for outdoor living. Now, we are outside a lot. We like to sit around in the evenings outside and just enjoying the evening. And this is a great way just to set a light on a table. There's not cords running off of it, and it will run, and you can get the different intensities you want for this light. But also, it has a battery backup right here. So you have a power bank built into the lantern. And not only does it really look good, but it's all metal construction. So we're going to take a look at a lot of the details. To be honest, I got this in as a sample because they were having a sale, and I was so impressed with it, I decided to do a full review of this light because I think this makes a great light option for SHTF, but also for everyday living. Now, Olight offers a 10% discount using Sootch00 with the link down below in the description. It is an affiliate link, but it will give you a discount on all the items on the Olight website. Well, the lanterns come in this antique copper color, and they also come in a green, and they come in a clay beige color. We just have the two. One of the things about this is that it is all metal. I mean, each of the little shades and the base, and so it gives it a really nice feel to it. I've seen a ton of these out, different types. They're plastic, they're lightweight, and they're just cheap. These are rechargeable, so it has a lot of extended battery life on these. So to get things started, we're just going to turn it on. And you'll notice it's almost like a gas light. I mean, it's almost like it's fuel. And so it's kind of that orange, warm color. And it'll go all the way up to 130 lumens. If we continue to turn the dial, it goes into from 130 lumens up to 300 lumens in a warm white. You can see it really kind of gets a lot of brightness. Of course, then to just compare it, we're going to turn this one on just to the lower setting. So it just gives you a totally different look with both of these lights. And it gives you 360 degree lighting. So with a flashlight, you're shining in one area. With this, it'll give you even light in a general area. Now on this lowest setting, and I'm going to turn it all the way to the low, this will go for 180 hours, which is 7.5 days. And then with the white on the lowest setting, before we get to the orange color, so it's about right there, that will go for 35 hours. Once you increase the intensities, obviously you're going to have less battery life. And that's with both of the lights. The battery inside is a 1120 milliamp battery. And it actually only takes 4 hours for it to charge. And it does come with the standard Olight charging pad. And underneath, just put it on there, plug this into any USB, and you're charging. But you can also charge it right here from the front. Now here at the front, we have this little rubber boot, and this has the Olight logo. You just pull it, and then it reveals USB-A and a USB-C port. The USB-A is your standard USB that we see typically, and you can actually charge the light through this way, or you can charge your battery, your phone, and we'll look at that in a second. And here we have the USB-C, and it's just an oval, and it fits in here as well, and you can charge it with that as well. You'll notice the flashing red light. This is a battery indicator, and this means that the power is down to 5%, down to 0. Here with the green means you have 100% down to 15%. If it's just solid red, it means that it has 15 down to 5%. So this gives you a good idea of what kind of battery life you have. You have a polycarbonate globe, and then you have this metal gate that goes all the way around it. And so this protects it in case it gets knocked. It does have a 0.8 meter drop distance. But guys, on the lowest setting, to move it up, I mean, it gives you a lot of light. And that's at 300 lumens. Now again, this is a brand new light from Olight. Again, they've had some earlier editions, but to me, this really brings it to another level. And with summertime coming on, this is a great item to have around. Now you have a small handle, and it does have a silicone little sleeve to make it really comfortable. And you can hang this if you want to from this direction, but there's also a smaller little hanger right here, and this is just going to give you more stable hanging. So you have two different ways to hang this, but really this is more of a grip to be able to pick it up. Here on the bottom we have 4 rubber feet. It's going to give it stability. Again, you have your charging pad right there. You can put on the magnetic pad, and again, just plug this into any USB. And these feet allow for the cord to sit with this still level. Now once we turn it on, I'm going to show you just from the bottom looking up, but you see where you have your lighting all the way through. And then when you turn that, it actually gets really bright, reflects off the top, and then when you go to the white, you can see that the LEDs are actually at the top of the globe. So that's going to allow you to really get some intense light. It's going to give you that 360 degree around this lantern. And then we turn it down, you can see that it has 2 separate bulb selections, or LEDs. Now for an iPhone, it'll actually charge an iPhone 13 Pro 3.5 times. So you plug it in, use the adapter, and you're charging. And it takes about 30 minutes to get this to 50% power. Now of course there's a lot of different configurations. This has the USB-A and then the USB-C. This one has 2 USB-Cs. So you can plug this in, be able to plug this in any kind of device that takes this for charging, or you can actually plug this into a source and charge your light. So it gives you a lot of options. Now we wanted to check the performance of the light. I wanted to get it out and see what kind of effect we would have. I mean, we can talk about lumens and candela, but really, you know, what is the effective use? What are the practical applications? So we took it outside, set it on a table like we'd be sitting around maybe for dinner, just hanging out by the pool. And with that orange glow, I mean, it makes a nice, very ambient light. But there's not a lot of detail. So if you're going to try to read something, especially like a book or a map or something, it doesn't really make it very clear. The clarity is a little bit down. Bringing it up to the white light really makes it sharp. I mean, it really brings that light in. Now, as far as the general area, it brightens up a nice area. And it's not too harsh. The shades really help with that because, you know, it just keeps it from glaring in your face. And so really, I love the aspect of having it sitting outside, sitting on a table, just brings portable light. Now inside, same thing, you know, in a power outage, or if you just want to have some dimmed down light. You want to get away from just the harsh lighting. We live in a harsh lighting world. And so you can sit there, at a table, just have it on, have it at low light, or you can bring it up and have really usable light. Sitting at the table reading, the low light again, the orange light, it was very difficult to see. But once I brought it onto the white, even at the lowest setting, gave me plenty of light to be able to read, and the detail was crisp. And then of course you can bump that up to really create more light in the room. So it's very versatile, just being able to turn that knob and setting it exactly where you want it. I thought that was a big plus. It's not like it's got 2 or 3 settings where it's like low, medium, and then just blaring bright. One thing too is with these shades, it keeps it from glaring in your face, and especially if you're walking. I was just walking through the garden, kind of just using it to see how effective it was. It was very effective. The white light really brought a lot of detail into the garden area in between plants, but the shade kept it from glaring in my face. And the one thing about the light in your face, it turns down your night vision. It makes it less effective. And so this shade just had the light down low. It was all across the ground. I could see really clearly, and the handle was very comfortable to carry. Now, speaking of handles, you know, hanging this light is really easy. I mean, it's got that little bit of that silicone on the top, that rubberized feel to it, so it'll keep it steady. But if you really want to get, you know, a very stable light, this little hook, this to me is an excellent combination. I can carry it and I can hang it, but if I want to, I can bring on the little hook and make it very stable. But it, again, bringing it up really brought a lot of light into the area. So overall, I mean, I am very impressed with this light. It gives you a lot of capability with the orange glow, again, that ambient light, with the really white light. It gives you a lot of detail. Portable, does have some heft to it, so it's not going to fall off the table, and yet, I mean, it's very sturdy. Now, one thing we also wanted to do was test the water. And so I just did a simple test, and I just poured water over it. Poured it over it, splashed it up in it, and of course there was no issues there. There's nothing open about it that will make it, you know, short out. If you have this little panel open and you want to make sure you have this closed, that could be the one place that you could get water in there and it could affect the light. But overall, as far as the body of the light, it's sealed up pretty good. And your off-on button and your adjustment, it looks almost like one of the old Coleman lanterns. It's like one of the little fuel pumps. So it's just a really beautiful little vintage light, but yet very useful. Now it's 7.32 inches in height and it's 4.81 inches in diameter. And it weighs 26.69 ounces. So it's got a little bit of heft to it. I like that. It means it's really stable on the table. It's not just going to get knocked over. And so it's almost like a Weeble wobbles. But it's definitely something that when you put it down, wind's not going to blow this over. I've seen a ton of these that are just really inexpensive. One big advantage of this one over the original Olantern is that it had actually a plastic cover. The shields are plastic, and it took 2 AA batteries. That's great if that's what you want to use, but having the recharging capability, there's so many options. I mean, you can charge this from a power bank, you can charge it from a solar powered generator. I mean, there's a lot of things, but the problem with batteries is once they run out, they're out. And so while I stock up batteries, I really like to have my rechargeable capability, because even if I don't have power, I can recharge it off the sun. Now the price on the Olantern 2 Pro is $99.99. You get a 10% discount using Sootch00 with the link down below in the description. It is an affiliate link. So guys, if you're looking for a light source, great for camping, going hiking, you know, you're just outdoors by the pool, you want something that's really portable, it's hangable, it's easy to carry, it's rechargeable, it's a power bank, it has some really cool light choices on this. And then too, it just looks really nice. All metal construction, so it's very durable. And if the rain comes around, you know, it's IPX5, so it can light rain on it, you can splash water, and it's not gonna hurt the light. So a great light source to use for every day, and then to have a backup in case things go south. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America, long live the Republic. Capability. Okay, there's so much about this light. I just keep going on and on. Shut up. I don't know. Now the height. Now it's.